A Fox News alert. And did you feel that? A socialist earthquake overnight as three Zohran Mamdani-backed challengers win their Democrat primaries and drag their party even further to the left. And while Mamdani becomes the party's new kingmaker, some Democrats are preparing to fight back.
Plus, President Trump making his economic pitch in Pennsylvania as gas prices fall. But the president has a new target that he says is making it harder for you to pay at the pump. And
foreign World Cup fans obsessing over ranch. I'm not talking about a one-story home. Right. I'm talking about the dressing. Maybe in luck trying to get it back home. We're going to tell you about the amazing and quick move by one brand to make sure our fellow humans throughout the world can bring what we give to the world, which is ranch, back to their home countries. It's what you need to know. You're watching Fox and Friends First here on a Wednesday morning. I'm Todd Pyler.
And I'm Carly Shimkus, and we begin with Madeleine Rivera with the very latest on the primary results coming in this morning. And Maddie, it was a socialist sweep in New York City.
That's right, Carly and Todd. New York City Mayor Zohran Mamdani says the results of Tuesday's primaries were the beginning of a political movement. One of the far-left candidates he backed beat a five-term incumbent in New York's 13th congressional district. Congressman Adriano Espaillat, the chair of the Hispanic Congressional Caucus, lost his seat to Democratic Socialist Darlisa Avila Chevalier. In New York's 10th congressional district, Mamdani-backed progressive leader Brad Lander ousted Congressman Dan Goldman, who was the lead prosecutor in Trump's first impeachment trial. And in New York's 7th congressional district, another Democratic Socialist member, Claire Valdez, won the Democratic nomination. Chevalier and Lander have said they want to abolish ICE. They've also been critical of Israel. Valdez, meanwhile, wants a state takeover of utilities and housing and unions for all, and said Free Palestine was on the ballot.
Solidarity is the force that we need to vanquish Trump's fascism, to abolish ICE, and to stand up to the billionaires.
Abolish ICE, free Palestine, organize your union, and join DSA.
What we have delivered here today is a clear mandate that the era of taking a check and cashing a check and calling it representation is over.
Outside of the Big Apple, South Carolina's State Attorney General Alan Wilson will become the Republican nominee for governor. President Trump initially endorsed Wilson's opponent, Lieutenant Governor Pamela Evette, and she did finish first in the primary election. The president then decided to endorse Wilson and Evette in the runoff.
I believe he recognized what we've been doing for the last 10 years to support the things he was trying to accomplish with his administration. But also, I think he saw the fight that in our campaign, the energy in our campaign. And I think he likes a fighter, and I think that's what won him over. I want to thank you, Mr. President.
And in Utah, former Congressman Ben McAdams is on track to return to Congress after winning the Democratic primary in the 1st congressional district. He beat several progressives in the process, including one backed by Senator Bernie Sanders. Calling it out.
All right, what a night. Madeleine Rivera live for us. Maddie, thank you so much. All right, staying on this very topic, New York City Mayor Zohran Mamdani propelling 3 New York primary candidates into the midterms, giving the progressive wing of the Democrat Party a major boost.
This is your victory. What you all have shown this evening, whether for state assembly, state senate, or Congress, is that a year ago, it was not the end of a political movement. It was the beginning. And let's hear it for a politics that will never forget working people. For a politics that is ready to write a new chapter in our party's history.
Conservative Partnership Institute Vice President Rachel Bovard joins me now. Rachel, thank you so much for joining us. It happened last night. And all these socialist candidates believe in Medicare for all. They believe in abolishing ICE. They believe that Israel is committing genocide in the Middle East. And one of them, Darlisa Avila Chevalier, once posted on Twitter that she forgot napkins, so she wiped her hands on the American flag, and she and the others are poised to be sitting members of Congress. What is your reaction to this, and why this socialist movement is growing right now?
Well, there's no getting around it that this was a very good night for the DSA, for the Democrat Socialists of America. And I think what should concern everyone is that this is a growing movement. Remember, the DSA has grown 10% in membership since February. They have been chalking up wins at the local and county level in red states like Arizona, Kansas, Iowa. So these congressional seats are simply the next step in the process of them consolidating power and becoming less of a fringe movement on the left than moving towards becoming what is now the establishment Democratic Party. As you mentioned, people with extreme views are now going to be sitting in the United States Congress. And it's not just, you saw the DSA update its policy playbook just earlier this month. They now want to abolish the Senate. They want to abolish the Supreme Court and the presidency and make it all subject to Congress, in addition to a whole host of other things that they've talked about for years, like borders aren't real and all of these crazy proposals. So I do think this is something that can't be ignored. It can't be laughed away. Mayor Mamdani can rightly, at least after tonight, claim the right as kingmaker of the left. And for establishment Democrats, you break it, you bought it. They had time to push this movement into the fringe. They didn't. The time to say no to it was when they said borders aren't real and America is racist and Israel and the Jewish people are the source of every problem in America. They did not do that. So now Hakeem Jeffries, the leader of the Democratic Party in Congress, is going to have to deal with these people who now represent, in many ways, the face of his party.
Yeah, and a lot of people say what happened last night, it took place in New York City, no surprise there. But these three candidates that win, they give the socialist movement more messaging, more power there. When they get to Congress, they're going to have committee assignments and just become overall more visible. And it sounds like what you're saying is with these three races and the local elections that are taking place that aren't getting as much attention, that there is a real movement here that could impact politics on a national scale.
That's exactly right. I don't think, for a long time, we've shrugged and said, well, it's just New York, it's just these blue states. As I mentioned, we now have Democrat socialists, elected officials sitting in red states like Arizona, even in Texas, in Iowa, in Kansas. These are county seats. These are local elections. And what happens after that are these federal elections, are these federal seats. You just saw a Democrat socialist candidate win the Democratic primary in Maine's 2nd district, which is a district that Donald Trump won by 10 points. I mean, they are making inroads in, all across the country. So I do think this is something that the Republican Party, the institutional right, needs to grapple with. The left should have done it a long time ago, but now this is who they are. And I think that the establishment Democrats are going to have a hard time controlling them. Hakeem Jeffries has a lot to deal with because these are not members of Congress who are going to be deferential to, the establishment Democrat way of doing things. They're going to get on committees. They're going to do what they want. So buckle up, Democrats, because there's a lot coming at you.
Well, Democrat Mamdani said that the Democratic Party needed change, and last night that is certainly what happened. We'll see how that change translates when it comes to all of us in the national conversation. Rachel, thank you so much for joining us.
Be sure to like and subscribe for all the Fox News latest on YouTube and catch full shows streaming now on Fox One.